We have just begun the first charity checkpoint, which is the quantum mechanics one about the time evolution operator and time evolving quantum mechanics. And here's the thing, we have got the science. Thank you so much, Ash and Remco. We have got all the explanations, I've already prepared them. We have ideas for all the visualizations. We have all of the functionality on the website. Thank you so much, Caper. But I've got to be honest, I just straight up don't have enough hours in a day to actually put them into reality. And so this is why I'm making this video, because recently I did a live stream, and on that live stream a lot of you have expressed the sentiment that you would actually like to help if you only had the chance, that you would actually like to be a part of it and you would actually like to provide some assistance of sorts. And I thought about it, and here's what I've got. Normally when people sell stuff, they start with the reason for why you should buy it. But in this case, I'm not trying to sell it to you, I'm trying to paint you a picture. So I'm going to start with the reason why you shouldn't. And that is the fact I will not be able to promise any compensation at all. Due to certain bureaucratic hiccup, let's call it, I don't want to get into that. The charity is in a weird limbo state, where for all intents and purposes, it exists, as in it basically exists, but it doesn't exist, as in it can't do anything. Which means that on one hand, as a founder, I had to fund everything that the charity does, but at the same time, on the other hand, I can't actually do anything charity-wise. Which means that if you provide your help, I cannot reward you in any monetary way because I personally am broke and the charity doesn't technically exist yet. It's putting a lot of grey hairs on my head, but that is the situation, nothing I can do about that, trust me, I tried. That's the first thing I want to make clear, and that is it would be voluntary work. I really wish it wouldn't be, but I'm just sorry, it has to be. If you want to help, I cannot thank you enough. But if you don't want to help, I completely understand. Once again, it's voluntary effort. You are not being a bad person for not wanting to help, okay? I don't want to guilt you into doing anything. You're good enough as a person as you are already. You don't need to prove it to anyone, alright? I've gotten off topic. Right. What I can promise you is mainly two things. First of all, knowledge and skills. If you would like to help, you don't actually need any prior knowledge or skills. All of the things, which is animations wise with Blender, programming wise with Python, editing wise, video making wise, planning wise, all of those things I will teach you. Those are the things I know, but they are, in my opinion, easily transferable skills, okay? I teach people for a living, so I should be good at that, I hope. The second thing I can offer is hope. I know, doesn't sound so great, but could be useful nowadays. That is, the reason why I will not be able to reward you monetarily right now is because I can't do it right now. When I say that I am broke, I mean it. It's genuinely looking pretty grim. Also don't want to get into that. And the charity doesn't exist on its own. So far, if I had to make a guess about how much the charity will have, how much money it will have, then it's first of all the fund I am putting in myself as a founder, and second of all $200 I got from Quasar for drinking a glass of raw eggs. Quasar! Listen Quasar, here's the deal. I have a glass full of egg white and a single egg yolk for aesthetic reasons. And the question is simple. How much are you willing to offer to the charity once the donation link exists in order for me to chuck the whole thing in one big gulp? 200! Oh, mate. That's disgusting. Now, it is possible that there will be more donations, but you should always hope for the best, plan for the worst. So I cannot promise you anything with certainty. What I can tell you is that eventually I would like to hire some people in the foundation. I would like to hire actual animators. I would like to hire actual editors. I would like to hire programmers, etc, etc, etc. And if/when that day comes, I will most likely start with the people I have already worked with. People that I have confidence in, people that I know. That's the pitch. Once again, I am not going to oversell it to you, okay? Nothing is certain. I want to make that clear. If you're going into it, I want you to go into it because you're just trying to do some voluntary work, you're trying to help. I don't want you going in with some wrong idea that I can make you rich or something, because I myself am broke. I clearly can't make people rich. But that is the thing. What kinds of things you would be working on in that case specifically, if you are so inclined to help? Well, that would be anything from videos, through making things for the website, through making different visualizations and explainers, or something completely different and wacky, like, I don't know, rewiring the infrastructure of Switzerland. We'll see what comes up. If we need some help with the animations, but you personally tried it and you just don't like animating, then that's understandable. You are helping, I will not hold anything against you. In that case, we'll just figure out what you like doing. That's how I would like this to work. If you are willing to help, I will try my hardest to make this as enjoyable of an experience for you as I can. Okay? I want to make that clear. I cannot promise you monetary value. I cannot promise you any career prospect that go beyond the foundation. I cannot promise you anything like that. What I can promise you is that I will try my hardest to make sure you won't regret it. Which brings me to the last point, which is the kind of annoying one, the requirements. And the requirements are simple. If you would like to join in, I only require one thing. I need you to be mature. That is it. All the skills I can teach you. All the different personality quirks, I don't care. People are different. I have a lot of them. What I cannot stand is when people are immature. I do believe that when people are mature, then any problem can be solved. Anything can be... Speaking of, I'm getting a phone call about the foundation. Give me a second. It is 11 p.m. right now, and I just gotten a phone call about the foundation, but it went well. Good news. Not the topic of this video, however, so let's get back to it. Right, maturity, that's the only important thing. The only thing I care about is maturity, because I believe that then, if there is some kind of problem, either due to a personality quirk or because of some misunderstanding or anything like that, then we can calmly reach a compromise. And that is it. That is the only thing. So, I will need to get back to work in a second because I'm awaiting another phone call after this one, so I'll say it quickly. How can you contact me? That's simple. If you prefer a more loose kinds of public announcements, then go to Discord, contact me over my Discord server, because if you do it with a direct message, I might not respond because I get so many bots. Unfortunately, I cannot filter for which ones are bots, which ones aren't. Or email address, makeit.second@gmail.com. Right here you can see it on screen. Over there you can say a bit more about yourself, write it out, and then I can recheck. And there we go, and such and so on and so forth. If you don't get picked, don't beat yourself over it too much. That, once again, doesn't mean you're a bad person. There are a million different reasons why that could happen. Either from me just not having enough time to review everything, or through, it's also possible that at some point there could be so many people that I would actually need to manage that would become a time drain in and of itself, and I won't be able to focus on the charity on my own. So if you don't get picked, absolutely don't worry, okay? It, first of all, could be either temporary, or second of all, million different reasons that have nothing to do with who you are as a person. Just because you don't get picked doesn't mean you're terrible. I just want to make that clear because I don't want you to feel bad. Okay, anyway, I need to go. Really sorry, but work calls. And so for now, that'll be it. I really hope I see you if you are willing to help. If not, that's understandable. It's difficult, not gonna lie. This past month has been difficult for me, and the next one is gonna be even worse. But when life throws you lemons, no matter how sour they get, you better believe we're going to make some pretty damn good lemonade. I know that this has been a bit of a longer video than it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be just a brief announcement, so don't worry, I'll give you something. There. You're welcome! Anyway,